Today's video, we're here at our local outdoors club doing a 3D archery shoot, a little friendly competition between Cara and I. And stay tuned later in the video, we're going to talk about our hitless bucks. So let's get this started. For those of you guys who have never shot 3D archery, I'm going to just quickly explain. For this challenge, Cara and I are shooting 3D targets, which are these animals that are kind of spread all the way throughout. They got numbers on them. So each different stage has a number, and at that stage you shoot different animals, different distances. If you look here, you can see that there's different sized rings on these animals. The first ring here in the middle is the 12 ring, 12 points. 10 ring, 10 points, 8, and a body shot is 5. So Cara and I are going to keep tallies on our little sheets here, and we'll see who wins. Well, we both scored 8s. So, off to a great start. All right, target number 2. Cara's up.
25 yards.
25-yard target. We got the alligator over there. Way in the back.
Good.
Let's see how she does.
Okay.
25 yards. All right, target 3, we got a dinosaur. If you guys know the name of that dinosaur, I think it's a Stegosaurus. I'm not sure what it is. Leave a comment below.
Yeah, 13 yards. Watch and learn.
13 yards. Nice shot.
Still a little high.
Next up, we got the frog. How are your thoughts on the frog so far?
I think it's good. It's a straight shot.
All right, let's see it.
13 yards. Again.
13 yards.
A little bit lower.
Small ring to hit.
At 13 yards, it was a little whatever. We'll see.
Wasn't a good shot. I don't feel that confident. But you know what? I'll take a 12 any day.
Okay guys, it's time to go moose hunting now. 27 yards. Okay. So you use my 30-yard pin and aim lower, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you. It's a challenge.
Right.
Guys, the hat went backwards. That means we're really trying now. I feel confident about that shot.
Do you?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh my gosh. Hey, it was both a 12. I got on the line. 12.
Woo! 2 12s. Next up, antelope.
Can I get the rangefinder?
Antelope over there. Let's see how she does.
20 yards exactly. Number 6.
Antelope. Let's see what kind of damage we can do.
Cara had a pretty good shot.
Got the jackalope.
Did you hit my arrow?
Sure did.
Oh, snuck a 12 in there, folks.
So because Cara is too short, she has to hop on this chair. This is her sight of 17. So you gotta shoot that buck right back there. Just setting up the second camera angle for the last target. I think it'll be a close one between Cara and I. We'll see who wins. Oh, terrible. I'm not happy with the shot,
Was it a kill shot?
but I think we're gonna find him down over there.
Okay.
So hopefully we can find some blood.
We'll give him some time.
24 yards.
Should I aim like a little bit higher?
You tell me. It's competition.
Okay.
Can she do it? Oh boy. That's probably the game changer right there. Let's go find out. Calculating the scores right now.
Okay.
Results are in. Let's see. Reveal on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
What? Did you put a 3 there? You can't shoot a 360. That's impossible. Oh, 260. Not bad.
Not bad.
But not enough.
I did so bad.
Guys, I wasn't going to take it easy on her. You lost.
Hey guys, so we thought we'd sit down and talk about our target bucks this year and what bucks we're going after.
Couple bucks on our hit list this year, guys. We've got one buck that we're calling Monster Mash. This buck, first time I seen him, he was probably right around a 3.5-year-old. And I've got video of him actually walking right under my tree stand.
It was during the rut.
It was early November during the rut that I seen this buck. He walked right underneath my stand. I just Didn't like what he had on his head right then and there. I figured he was about roughly a 3.5-year-old. So
You
I
didn't
went
like
ahead.
how big his brow tines were.
Yeah, his brow tines were just itty bitty, so I went ahead and passed him that year. The following year, I did not see that buck. Didn't have any contact. He just kind of fell off the face of the earth. But just this last fall, we had a couple encounters with this buck. He came in at 75 yards. We've got some good footage of him. I mean, I had my bow in my hand. I was ready to pull the trigger on this buck. He just blew up and became an absolute giant. And we got him into about 45 yards.
And the wind changed on us.
All of a sudden, I
Just
felt
our
that
luck.
wind on my neck, and he put his nose up in the air, and off he went. So, kind of a heartbreaking story. So, actually, following the next day after I seen him, this buck, he was shot by the neighbor. Just sick to my stomach. I didn't know what to do.
They tracked him. They tracked his blood trail for like almost a mile, I'd say. He ran across the river onto the next person's property, on the property we're hunting, and the
trail kind of ended, and they never ended up finding him. So.
But then the day after we heard that they got shot, one of the guys who's also hunting on the land we hunt on, said he saw this buck. And we didn't tell him about it. That all of a sudden he came to us and was saying, I saw this monster buck, but it just popped out and went back into the woods like 2 seconds later, so he couldn't get a shot off him. But we knew who he was. And did you show him a picture?
Yeah, I showed him a picture. I said, is this the buck that you seen? He's like, yep. And I knew he was still alive. So thank God they never got a hold of that buck, and he made it through the winter safely. And
we found his sheds.
Yeah, we actually found one of his sheds from this year, and never found the other side. But this summer, we've got trail cam pictures of this buck. He blew up again, and he's going to be a giant. But we're guesstimating this deer to be roughly 6.5 years old. He's just a brute of a deer, and we're looking forward to hopefully get our hands on him this year. Our next hitless buck we're actually calling Mr. Krabs. The first year I seen Mr. Krabs, he was probably also about a 3.5-year-old.
It was the same time that you saw Monster Mash. It was
right
like
around
that same rut time period.
Yep. The following year, I never did see him. Kind of like Monster Mash, just kind of ended up disappearing. And then this last fall, I've actually got trail cam pictures, videos of this buck. He decided to never show himself in the early stages of the morning. He was kind of a nighttime buck.
It was early bow season, and I was hunting, and we saw him all the way across the field at like 300 yards away. And he was just walking along the edge. It was very, very unlikely that he would have walked all the way across the field to me, especially since there's a blind all the way. What mature buck walks straight across the field to a blind? This year, we have even more trail cam pictures of him. He exploded too.
Yeah, that buck's going to be an impressive 10-pointer.
Yeah, he's gonna. Which one would you rather shoot, Monster Mash or Mr. Krabs? If they were both at 30 yards away.
I would gladly take either one.
I think Mr. Krabs is more like my deer.
Being that I've seen Monster Mash more, I'd like to.
You've had
get
like
hold
more
of it.
encounters, so I feel like it would be cooler if you shot him. But either way, I'd be happy.
Anyways, those are the two hitless bucks on our list. Mr. Krabs also we are believing to be a 6.5-year-old. Older deer. So I mean they're pretty impressive. We do also have the sheds to Mr. Krabs as well that we found.
Yeah, from last year.
So that's pretty exciting.
There is that buck Magic 8 that we saw
Magic
3
8,
years ago.
He was seen in the year of 2015, I believe. I want to say it was 2015. We saw this buck. and he just kind of fell off the face of the earth. I think he was just a buck kind of cruising through with a hot doe.
We actually found his sheds like the winter after we saw him during the rut. But other than that, we haven't had any trail cam pictures. He's just he was probably how old when you saw him?
He's probably a 4.5, 5-year-old, and he was impressive.
He was big, and his body was like a cow when he was in the rut.
Yeah, he looked a little beat up too, so he was in rough shape.
And another cool thing, when we were shed hunting a few months ago, this spring, we came across these sheds that were like in the ground, and we just saw.
Yeah, they were buried in the mud.
Yeah, and
A couple of years.
after we think that they were tilled up from the farmer because it was in the field where they planted like corn and beans and whatnot, and we just found them. We're like, oh, cool, this is gonna be a nice buck next year, it took a long time.
We took
but-
him home and got
Yep.
to thinking about it, and we're like, this looks exactly like Monster Mash did.
When he walked under the tree by you.
And come to find out, we did a little homework and kind of put 2 and 2 together, and they're his sheds from the year of 2015.
Yeah, we found his sheds this year. We found the sheds.
2018, we found his sheds. In 2015 is when he lost them. We just found those sheds
Yeah.
in 2015.
It's hard to believe, but they're identical.
So that's pretty exciting. So that's another reason why we'd like to get our hands on Monster Mash too as well. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future videos with Wild and Outdoors. We'll see you guys in the stand here in about a month, a little less than a month. Yeah, it's coming up. September 15th is the opener for bow season here. Justin and I are going to get out and do some public land hunting right away and try to knock ourselves down a doe. So stay tuned for those videos, and guys, remember, always stay wild in the outdoors.
You shut me down.